Hey guys, how are you? What's up? I am Rachel. I'm the proud founder of Siopa, Seize Your Passion. And I do these live streams every week from our Facebook group, Seize Your Passion, as a way for me to share with you guys my lessons for the week, my growth for the week, my aha moments, and just engage in that conversation of what seizing your passion is really all about. At a very sort of broad level, it's mostly about realizing all your dreams and doing more of what you love, right? Engaging in things you're passionate about, bringing out the passion in you, and of course, becoming more of who you love, becoming your best, most authentic and truest self. So every week I kind of think about what lessons I've learned this week as to specific deeper dive topics that tie into that grander, bigger notion of what Seize Your Passion is about. And this week, one of those specific topics that I've been thinking about that ties into realizing your dreams, doing more of what you love, becoming more of who you love, becoming your best self, growing and improving and achieving all your big, bold dreams or your smaller, more humble dreams, whatever dreams you have, whatever goals you have that are tied into, your authentic and truest self, an expression of who you are and who you were meant to be and why you're here, the purpose of your existence. It's a very, broad existential question that I think everyone goes through throughout time. It's one of these universal human struggles. And so one of the specific topics that relates to that broader topic is this notion of being deliberate. And I think it's a topic that is not discussed and brought into the conversation often enough, especially in the realm of, personal growth, personal development, self-improvement, achieving success, realizing your dreams, which obviously ties into this whole space of what Seize Your Passion is about. So people talk about intentions and the law of positive attraction and visualization and mindset, and people talk about goals and goal settings and achieving your goals and strategies of how to achieve those goals, right? Actions that we take. And I always say that at the end of the day, you have to have intention plus implementation, which is essentially the mindset plus the action, right? You can't have one without the other, because that's not how you're going to end up achieving your goals, realizing your dreams, and becoming your best self. Hey, Daph, what's up? So one of the things that's not sort of brought into the conversation often enough, I think, is this notion of being deliberate, and what that really means and how that really ties into every aspect of your life, whether or not you're achieving a big end goal, or whether or not, in every aspect of your life, everywhere and all the time, right? So what do I mean by that? I mean that this notion of being deliberate as it relates to seizing your passion and becoming your best self and achieving all your big, grand dreams or smaller dreams, whatever they may be, is really applicable to every one of us. And it's applicable not only to every one of us, but it's applicable to every area of our life, every minute of our life. Because what being deliberate is really about is about being purposeful in how you're living your life. It's being purposeful and thoughtful and intentional in not only your intentions and your mindset and your dreams and your visualization of what you want, but it's also being intentional and deliberate and purposeful in your actions and how you implement that, right? So it's taking that intention plus implementation, which again is one of the most basic formulas of how to realize your dreams and achieve success and become your best self, right? Intention plus action. But it's applying that deliberateness to both sides of that equation. It's applying the deliberateness to the intentions, and it's applying the deliberateness to your actions. And it's applying it in everything you do and in everything that you are and how you are. Every single day in every situation, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your interaction with strangers, whether it's in how you're thinking about what your goals are and what your dreams are. And of course, it's definitely in your everyday actions from big to small, and which are those steps you take to achieve those goals, right? What's mostly spoken about, right, in this conversation of achieving success and realizing your dreams and seizing your passion, becoming your best self, is this, and it's because of our culture, especially in the United States, right? In America, we're consumed by this culture of goal setting and goal achieving and reaching that success, but not necessarily doing a deeper dive into what that means for you, right? It's sort of this conformity. It's this culture of conformity. And okay, I'm going to, the goals are sort of these big end goals that sort of the culture and the society that we've been taught we should achieve in order to attain some definition of someone else's success, right? I'm going to go get a degree. I'm going to go get a good job. I'm going to climb the corporate ladder. I'm going to become financially successful, and that will define my success, right? Most of us follow that path, even if we think we're sort of rebels and that we're not going to conform to that, right? Most of us, somewhere along the line, stop being deliberate in how we're creating our own lives, and we sort of get dragged along passively into this, again, this cultural imprint that we have from all the influences around us of what that should look like, right? So, I think it's really, really important to remember that at the end of the day, achieving your goals, realizing your dreams, attaining that success ultimately comes down to you and your success, your goals, your dreams, your intentions, your actions. No one else could define for you. And if you don't practice being deliberate in those intentions and in those actions and in those goal settings and goal achieving steps that you take, you will end up one day waking up and saying, okay, maybe I have achieved financial success or professional success, right? But there are so many people who get to that stage that weren't deliberate about how they're consciously and purposefully creating their own life and their own goals and their own dreams that is true to them, not anybody else. And they wake up and they say, okay, I've achieved financial success, I've achieved professional success, or I achieved whatever goals I set out to achieve, and I'm not fulfilled. I'm not happy. I don't feel like my life has true purpose or meaning. I feel empty inside, or maybe they just feel, like they're kind of floating along. And again, that's that passive sort of, you get caught up in the current if you're not intentionally deliberate every single day in every aspect of your life of who you are and what you want. So that's kind of just what I've been thinking about. Hey guys, nice to see all the names. I can't see comments for some reason during the live stream. I see them after. I'd love to, see the comments during so I can actually converse with you guys if you guys have any ideas or thoughts about what I'm talking about. But that's really what I've been thinking about, is this notion of being deliberate in everything that we do. And again, it's applicable to everyone and anyone, no matter how big or small your dreams are. Even those who, so many people, I hear so many questions out there and also on within the realm of SEOPA and the website, and people that know me and ask me questions directly. Well, what if I don't know what I'm passionate about? What if I don't know what my big, bold, audacious dream is? Or what if, I don't really know what my purpose is, or I don't necessarily feel like I fit into that category of someone who's, intentional and I have a big dream I want to fulfill and I know what that is. Being deliberate in everything you do, in your thoughts, in your intentions, in thinking about what it is that you are passionate about and what it is you want out of life and what your values are, and aligning your actions with your intentions deliberately and purposefully, and not just sort of going from goal to goal because that's the thing to do, and keeping busy and being productive and not actually being intentional and deliberate about what those goals are. That is actually a strategy and a tool of how you can uncover who you are meant to be and what your purpose and passion is in life. By sort of, again, just following, okay, let me achieve one goal after another and go from one goal to the next and get to the next level without being deliberate about it, without truly uncovering and being thoughtful and conscious and it's between you and yourself and nobody else. What are your values? What brings you alive? What brings you joy? What do you want out of life? Both internally and externally, right? We all have certain core needs that are our internal needs, right? Emotional core needs, spiritual core needs, right? Nourishing your mind and nourishing your soul, and that whole realm of what is it that brings you alive? What is it that you need? And then there's the external needs that we all have. You know, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? And obviously finances and profession ties into that. But again, it's being deliberate about aligning your values with what your core needs are internally, as well as aligning those values with what your core needs are externally, right? What kind of lifestyle you want to live, what kind of circumstances you're under, right? If you have a family and you want to do something on the side and you just, you know, so many of us feel like we're overwhelmed and we're stressed and we just don't have enough time in the day. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I talk to, including myself, that say, you know, if only I had, you know, a few more hours every day, and if only I had a few more days in every week, you know, then I'd be golden. But the truth is you wouldn't be golden. You know, life is short, but we also have so much time to create our own dream life, right? If we are deliberate in every moment, in every thought, in every intention, and every action that we take, everything that we do. Are you just doing something because it has to get done? Are you doing, you know what, it's even about being deliberate about when you say yes, who you say yes to, and when you say no, and who you say no to. You know, that's a big lesson, big part of what got me thinking about this notion of being deliberate this past week and over the last couple of weeks, actually, is, you know, at some level, it's so true that every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else, because our time is finite, because we have so many other, you know, factors, and we have to consider our internal needs and the people in our lives and their needs, and we want to give and we want to receive, and we have responsibilities, and then we have the external needs. And, you know, so if you're not deliberate, if you're not purposeful and true to yourself in every action that you take, and every yes that you say, and every no that you say, you're going to end up, you know, flowing along with the current, or you're going to end up waking up one day, even maybe having achieved some goals, but feeling like they were never your goals, and it doesn't bring you fulfillment, and it's not your true purpose. And that's really, at the end of the day, what Seize Your Passion is about. And that's why I really, you know, I always say it's applicable to everyone. No, even if you feel like you don't know what your passion is, because we all have a purpose. Every single one of us has a divine purpose. We were put on this earth for a reason. If it's you know, making people laugh, that could be your purpose. Then be deliberate about how you implement that in every aspect of your life, you know. Every aspect of your life, in your relationships with the people that you love and you care about, with the people that you come into your connections with other people, in your career, in your profession, however you can, you know, being deliberate in how you engage your passions, and how you think about your goals and what those goals are, and being deliberate again in those everyday, the smallest of actions and the smallest of moments every single day. If you start to be mindful of this conscious deliberateness, you know, I think that's what they mean when, you know, the universe kind of responds and everything seems to fall into place, because everything is in alignment and you're being true to your true divine purpose, your personal legend that you were put on this earth to fulfill. And that's really what Seize Your Passion is about. So that's my lesson this week, of you know, really reminding myself, and hopefully you guys, and making you guys think about it in a way that you haven't before, perhaps, you know, really being deliberate in every aspect of my life, in every moment of my life, in my thoughts, in my intentions, and in my actions, whether or not they're directly related to my big, audacious dreams and goals, or just the little actions, you know, of running errands even, and my encounters with the person at the supermarket, or whatever it might be. Am I, you know, being true to my deliberate purpose of becoming my best self and realizing my dreams, which really means creating my best life for who I am and what my values are and what my core needs are internally and externally. Yeah, that is it. Nice to see all the names. I love seeing your names, guys. It really inspires me. Have an amazing weekend. Do more of what you love. Be more of who you love, and do it deliberately. You know, really think about that. Conscious, purposeful intentions and actions every single day, every single moment. And even if you don't know what your purpose is, that will enable you to discover it and it's not about discovering it, by the way. It's about uncovering it because it is inside of you. You really know what it is deep down on a very deep level. It's about being deliberate so that you can uncover it, so that it can reveal itself to you. That's really what it's about. So that's it. Seize your passion, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Ciao.